Hello there, Elizabeth. I think you meant to say hello, not help. Hope all is well. I'm sure it is. Hello there, Mr. Tang. You're a good little Tang. Hello there, Jesse. How you doing, both of you, on this, I was going to say Tuesday, this Thursday evening? Hope you had a good day. Hello there, VIP brothers. How you doing tonight? How's life? How's school, I'm assuming? Pretty sure you're in school age. Hope everybody's doing well. Hello there, Bruce. And Bruce, sorry to hear about your loss, but hopefully the kittens, I guess, will, I don't know, kind of create a legacy there for you. And I guess that brings you to 9, I assume, right? So they'll be in the 9 cat club now. At least I'm assuming you don't have a very too far of a drive from where you're at in Illinois to Indiana. Hey, dang. Jesse, yes. As you can see here, Tang is definitely greedy for his attention. Four-hour drive? Okay, that's not too bad. Hello there, Icon. Guess my wife is saying Tang is a bum. Yes, currently my wife is up in the Great White North, aka Canada. I think that's called, at least I think Canada's called the Great White North. Maybe I'm thinking of Alaska, I don't know. Anyways. Tang, I know, you got stuff in your eyeballs. Oh, let's massage the Tang's chin. If anybody happens to be new to this live stream, new to this channel, new to me, my name is Adam, aka Catattainment. We do have 9 cats here. We are a community that does rescue cats. Not rescues cats, but helps cats in needs, I should say. Eventually, we might be rescuing cats, though. Yes, Jesse. Definitely Rosemary loves the weekends when I'm home, and she liked the breaks, for sure. She is a greedy little kitty when it comes to attention. I will, speaking of Rosemary, I'm probably not tonight because I'm doing a live tonight, so probably tomorrow. I do have a little video where we finally have Rosemary not cackling, going off like a banshee with her very loud meowing, like she's some kind of bird or something. So it'll be a combination of like a short and a long form type of video. But hopefully it'll do well. Hello there, Elizabeth. I hope you're doing well on this Thursday evening. Thanks for joining. Morse, I have no idea what that is. I mean, I don't know if that's a language that I'm unfamiliar with. But hello. I hope you are doing well. Thunder VR, hello. You're spamming chat, and YouTube does not like when people spam chat. So if you want to see me out one time, that's awesome. Trinidad, this is Tang. Yes, this is a orange tabby there, Jay. Morse, it means hello and thank you. Okay, well, hello, and thank you for popping in. Do you have cats there, Morse? Thunder VR, do you have kitties? Bruce, one after your live Tuesday got called. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, Bruce. Okay. Morse, you have 1 cat. Thunder VR, you have 2 cats. What are your cats' names, guys? Hello there, Ella. Ella. Hope you're doing well. Y'all saying it's Morse code? I don't know. Well, I guess the name is Morse, so I guess it would make sense Morse code. Jay Trinidad, a tuxedo, domestic short hair. What's the kitty's name? We have 3 tuxedos. One. Oh, gotcha. We have 3 tuxedos, which if you all stay with this live long enough, you will see all 3 of them. My lives typically last about an hour or so. Those who have popped into this live, I'm kind of wondering what it's all about. Mostly just show our 9 cats. If anybody ever has any kitty questions, feel free to put them in chat. I've worked in multiple animal hospitals, have a lot of cat experience, as do some of the others that are in this chat. We always like to help out fellow cat parents, and if you want to be part of a cat community that helps save cats in need, then subscribe to the channel if you want, and maybe think about becoming a channel member. All your money, all the revenue earned from this channel, every single penny goes to help cat charities, cat shelters, and so forth. Jesse Midnight doesn't like rain. Maybe scared, perhaps, Jesse? Jay, I'm assuming you're saying you are a cat fan, right? But ex-friend was gonna make her a street cat. Oh, you're not a fan? Okay. Because he was gonna keep the mother. You looked at her and told him you'd give him. Oh, okay, okay. Uh, so Jay, you're a cat parent who also loves dogs. Do you have any dogs there then, Jay? VIP. So oh, VIP attracted your message, so didn't know what it said. Thunder, why do you want to name this cat Gerald? I don't know. You can if you so desire. His name is Tang, or Orange, or Orangey. But if you want to call him Gerald, that works. Just as long as you don't call him late for dinner. Jay did not. I was going to get one from the shelter, but she's terrified. Oh, okay. Yeah, most of our cats here, out of our 9, they are either rescue cats or they're what's called foster fails. Jay, the vet says that your cat might have abandonment issues. That could be. Yes, that definitely could be. That's for sure a real thing. Sometimes a kitty will recover from that, and sometimes it's something they kind of got to deal with their whole lives, unfortunately. Jesse, does any cat? Yeah. So Jesse, the room I'm in right now with Tang here and the green water fountain, that's definitely one of Tang's favorite water fountains out of like the 4 water fountains or so that we have. So yes. Others don't care, but certain cats, they definitely are attracted to certain water fountains for sure. Thunder, because he reminds me of that cat from the one meme saying this kid said Gerald. I have no idea what that meme is there, Thunder. Jay, didn't know cats were expensive either. Didn't get insurance, decided to come out of the pocket thousands. Yeah, Jay, for sure. My wife and I, who have 9 kitty cats, we've probably spent on our 9 cats this year because some of them are getting older and have some medical issues. We probably spent a good at least $5,000 to $7,000 this year on various medical issues. So of course, cats and dogs can definitely be expensive. Hello there, Cam. I hope you're doing well on this Thursday. How's life going for you? Anybody new to this channel want to say hello? Feel free to. Again, I often like to say every so often we are a community that's a little bit different. We donate all of our money earned from YouTube to local cat charities, rescue groups, and stuff like that. So if you want to be part of something that's a little bit bigger, something that's a little bit more important than your average YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe and think about doing a little something else if you want to. Jay, the orange cat looks like your tuxedo. The only difference is the orange part is all black. Call it a reverse skunk with mitten paws with huge eyeballs, fast metabolism. She never gets fat. Jay, Trinidad, do you notice that your kitty is eating a lot? Is she maintaining her weight, though? VIP Brothers, does any cat has cat scratch disease? I'm not sure what cat scratch disease is, VIP. If you mean cat scratch fever, that's when a cat that might have an infected issue could actually scratch you as a human, and you'd be the one getting cat scratch fever. Jay, she does maintain her weight. Every morning she does her zoomies. Okay. She runs around a lot, sleeps a lot, eats a lot. I gotcha. Yeah, Jay, the only reason I was asking that question is we have a few cats before that's had some issues where they eat but they lose weight, and they had an issue with their thyroid. They had thyroid disease, so that's why I was asking. Hello there, SMT. Hello there, Joe. Hope you all are doing well. Jay, she's also very vocal when you don't give her attention. So it sounds like, Jay, she has trained you very well. See, some people say that humans train dogs, right? And cats, they train humans. Hello there, Chris. I hope you're doing well. I think if I was remembering correctly, Chris, I think you were saying you were walking through some snow earlier today. I hope that went well. I'm sure it's a bit of a trek for sure. Tang. Tang, nobody wants to see your butt. They want to see your face. They want to look at that adorable Tang face. Hi, honey. Question, does anybody know, because I know this was a bit of a hot topic the last couple of days, last week maybe or so, Peanut the squirrel, does anybody know that squirrel? Just curious. Jake Rose, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Jake, just remember that every single penny of that is going to go help other cats in need. I appreciate the super, friend. Thank you very much. Very gracious. That'll help some kitty in need and a cat rescue group. Or maybe it'll help sponsor a cat. They can get adopted out and getting out of a jail cell, if you will. Rosemary, Sweet Orangey, for sure. Joe, no. VIP, does any cat... No, VIP. That's not the way that works. So, nope. Just kind of reading the chat here. Hello, world. I hope you've been doing well. Hope life has been going good for you. Let's see, the squirrel. I know that's how you check for rabies, but it still angers. Yeah, so those who might be new to the Peanut thing, the only reason I was asking, so Peanut was this squirrel, this like really well-known squirrel, I think like on Instagram or something, was like a rescue squirrel. And the squirrel is like very famous, Peanut, and lived a good life with the people that the squirrel was living with, Peanut was living with, but somehow the government like got her or like the US government like got word of it, or somebody, maybe a neighbor like said something, I have no idea, but they raided the their house, and they took the squirrel. I think there was also like a raccoon or something involved with it, and they euthanized both the squirrel and the raccoon, which I think is like just awful. I understand the reasonings. I mean, I get it, whole rabies stuff, but rabies is such a rare thing for a squirrel to get. And the thing is, rabies, a squirrel's not going to give a person rabies like themselves. They have to be first infected by another animal that has rabies. So it was kind of just annoying, just some government overreach, in my opinion. But that's just me. I know, that's sometimes it's a bit controversial, but I mean, I don't know. I think there's just some government overreach on occasion. I'd hate for like the government to be able to like come into our home and take a few of our cats because maybe they don't have like a rabies vaccine, or like a rabies vaccine or something. Chris said it really, wow, the squirrel for 7 years. Yeah, I read up a little bit about it. I didn't read up too much about it, but it's like, really, people? I mean, really? Has the government have nothing better to do but invade people's private homes? Rosemary sad for those people to lose their animal. Oh yeah, and it's like a family. It's a family member. I mean, if you had, hello there, Darktail. Hope you're doing well. If you had a squirrel or a dog or a cat or whatever for 7 years, that's a family member. And some of the videos that I saw and some of the pictures that I saw, I mean, you can tell that there was a connection between excuse me, the humans and Peanut. There was affection there. There was something that was real. SMT, I've been doing well for the most part. The kitties have been good also. I hope you've been doing well, and I hope SMT, um, if I remember correctly, you had like some kind of procedure or some kind of hospital thing, and I hope that you're pretty much back to normal now. I think. I'm sorry to hear you've been depressed, SMT. Hopefully, watching a little bit of these kitties will kind of, lighten the load and give you a little bit of, relief and make your heart smile a bit. Hello there, Tranquil. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you popping by. VIP, you lost your animal. Is a dog, a German Shepherd. Had him for 6 years and then he passed away. Sorry to hear that, VIP. What was the doggy's name? Joe, the Fourth Amendment is search, illegal seizures and search, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Basically, you have to have a court order in order to like access somebody's home or car, stuff like that. We're probably gonna hang with Tang for a few more minutes. I'm gonna do this a little bit different. Um, we normally hang with Tang for about the first half hour or so, but we're gonna go into the other room and hang out with the other cats a little bit more because I only have Tang in here. His name was Xavier. Okay. He's been eating and drinking so far, not a whole lot, but at least he's tried and he has an appetite. Okay. Hello, Tang. You're a good boy. SMT, you're moving. You had to get rid of your kitty. I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, to crush out, and he rejected me. I've lost some friends, and I'm pretty sure your parents hate you. I'm sorry to hear that, SMT. Well, know here, SMT, that you got a group of people that will support you. Um, that my biggest thing, as long as you love cats, then you know you're part of the family. That's my only thing. Is if you love cats, everybody's always welcome if they love cats here. If you don't love cats, yeah, well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure why you're here. Because I'm all about cats here. If anybody happens to be new to this live stream or new to myself, what am I saying? Welcome. My name is Adam, aka Catattainment. We are a cat channel. We have 9 cats. We also help cats in need. Bruce, no reason to say anything sorry. You are perfectly good. Nope, you're good. I don't believe in censorship here, Bruce. You can comment what you want, and we live in a free country. The last time I checked, still. Jay, you've grown fond of your kitty. Well, maybe Jay, you might become a cat parent after all, and you might maybe adopt some other kitties. I have obviously a partial, my thing is all about the cats, of course. Dogs are okay, but I'm, of course, partial to kitties. There is that old saying, and it's just jokingly, of course, that, cats rule and dogs drool. Although I have seen cats drool too, and some of our cats drool. Honey, you're getting tied up with your tunnel there. You're taking it with you, aren't you? VIP, yes, that is correct. Jay, you're allergic to what, Jay? There are hyper allergenic cats. Those do exist. Certain breeds, their dander, right? So it's not the fur. It's not the fur that makes people like allergic to cats or dogs itself. It's the dander that's in the skin that causes the allergies. Excuse me. So there are certain cats that have dander that's a little bit kind of less severe for people that have allergies to them. Jesse, does Tang have a favorite toy? Well, I think this is a favorite toy, one of his favorite toys, since he likes to play with this. Jay, you're thinking about getting a Sphinx. Okay, just not a word of caution necessarily, but just some advice. So with Sphinx, they can be sickly. They can be very sickly. Um, Excuse me. You normally have to bathe them, Jay, at least once a month minimum because they don't have a coat of fur. They tend to get a little bit more dirty and they can get a little bit more sickly. So just definitely do your research, and you might already have, but definitely do your research though on those Sphinx kitties. Um, they have like any other cat breed. They definitely have some pros and cons. Hello there, Alan. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday evening. Hope life has been going good. Hope your channel's going well. Jay, that's quite the difference, either between a Sphinx or a Maine Coon. I mean, you're talking about a relatively small hairless kitty to a gigantic fur ball. So, very, very different there, for sure. SMT, definitely people have their different, I guess, what they enjoy doing. Not really my thing, but, hey, everybody does their own thing, of course. Jay, you got the money to waste? Okay. Well, Jay, I mean, I don't want to sound silly here, but if you have the money to waste, then definitely think, I mean, if this is something that you'd want to support, help cats in need, I mean, become a channel member perhaps, not just over this live stream. You'd have to get me and to know these cats a little bit more better, of course. But we're always looking for new people to join. We're also always looking for, excuse me, donations and stuff like that to help those cats in need. I will talk about this channel not starting, but at the end of November, we will be making as a community our largest donation so far of about $350 that'll be going to cat charities. Hello there, Sierra. I remember the name Sierra. I can't remember too much beyond that, though. But I think you were a little bit younger, Sierra, right? I think you were like in school, like maybe third grade, fourth grade, something like that. Is that correct? Jay, what state? I'm in the state of North Carolina, Jay. Yep, that's where I'm at. Good old NC. Yeah, Sierra, I think you used to have like was it a pink? Was it pink instead of blue? I think you're in fourth grade. Okay, how is school going for you? Hopefully you're doing well. Jay, you're in New York City. Do you have any idea how many strays? Oh, Jay, for sure. I was actually just talking about. I was making a video actually on this channel. The video is called "Thrown Away," and I was talking about senior cats in particular. But I was talking about in America that each year there are hundreds of millions of cats um, that are in shelters, and it may not be hundreds of millions. It's at least tens of millions of cats that are in shelters, and sadly, because they don't have the space and they don't have the room. By SMT, I hope you feel better. They have to, of course, they got to get euthanized because there's no space. So it's an epidemic, and that's part of the mission kind of this channel is to kind of like advocate inspire, motivate, get people to see cats in a better light and to be more responsible as a pet parent. Jake, you're also in NC. Awesome. What part of NC, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to say, of course, but I'm kind of in the Raleigh area. I'm not going to say like exactly, but kind of in the Raleigh area. Jay, you had a senior who was thrown out here, fed him 2 cans of wet food. He would sit by your window outside and sleep there, even would go to your neighbors to feed them. VIP. If you had enough money, I would adopt all the cats in New York City. Man, VIP, that'd be like millions of dollars. Jake, you're in the Greensboro area. Okay, not too far away, really. Have you lived there your whole life, Jake? Hello there, Raymond. I hope you're doing well. All right, so we are going to go leave Tang here. I'm going to go into a room that has about 7 more cats in there. And you will notice that my cats right now, they have closed doors because we do have our deaf senior Rosemary out. And unfortunately, with our deaf senior Rosemary, she does not get along well with other cats. So when she is out and about the house, the other cats have to be in rooms and vice versa. So we're going to say goodbye to Tang for now. And we are going to go see some other cats. So come on with me. All right. So in here, we get some lazy kitties up on the bed here. Jake, you have 3 cats of your own. You rescued 2, and you got ones off Craigslist. Awesome, Jake. Awesome for bringing those kitties into your home and giving them a better life for sure. What are their names? Here we have the baby. This is the baby, the calico here. We have Maximus here. That's Max, the tuxedo. The one in the corner over here, that's Zelda. Zelda is our oldest. Zelda is going to be 20 years old in about 3 months or so. Zelda is also a diabetic, and she's had diabetes for about 10 years now. She also is in kidney failure, so she's got some kidney issues going on. But we're giving her sub-Q fluids and giving her the highest quality of life we can. And the white one here is Pandora. Joe, she doesn't fight because we don't give her the chance. But she can be vicious though. When we try to introduce her to our other cats to get them together, she'd always be like hissing, spitting, getting very wide-eyed, crazy look in her face when other cats are around when we try to introduce. So we have stopped that for a while now. Tiny is the cat tree. Jesse, I'm not sure what you mean by that. There's no cats right now on the cat tree at the moment. So we'll come a little closer. We do have some cats that are under the bed too, which I'll call out here in a minute once we get a little bit of time. Oh, there's Tiny actually, Jesse. You were just talking about Tiny. Now, Tang, who was the orange tabby in the other room, this is Tiny. They are brother and sister. They came from the same litter. My wife and I were fostering, and yes, there is a litter box over there. We do have 9 cats, so obviously we do have litter boxes. We clean our litter boxes out about once a day or so at nighttime. We have plenty of litter boxes. So what was I saying? My wife and I fostered Tang and Tiny. They were in a group of 5 kittens that we were fostering, and we wound up foster felling those 2. This is Kit. I was kind of talking earlier about squirrels, right? Peanut the squirrel. So a little bit of interesting little story about Kit. A few years ago, we lived in a house that had a screened-in porch. We currently live in a home that has a screened-in porch also. And one day, Kit was out there by herself, and I heard like a ripping noise. And I went outside to check on Kit. and I didn't see her anywhere. She was not in the screened-in porch at all. So I figured, well, she must have came back inside. I didn't see her anywhere. And then I went back out again, out in the screened-in porch, and I noticed on the corner there was a little tear. There was a little rip. And I looked a little bit further into the yard, and I saw what looked like Kit, but didn't look like Kit, because this cat looked bigger. She looked like more like crazy. She just looked odd. And I stepped out of the back door, and I got a few more feet closer, and I saw that this one, had a squirrel in her mouth that she killed. The squirrel wasn't dead yet, but she had it in her mouth, and it was kind of twitching a little bit, and I yelled a couple times, "Kit, Kit." She instantly dropped the squirrel. I took a few steps advance, walking towards her, and she darted. She ran out of the area. I went up to the squirrel. Unfortunately, the squirrel was still just kind of breathing a little bit, but you could see like it just gasping for air. And just a few more minutes after that, if not even minutes, just a few more moments after that, it had stopped breathing. So unfortunately, she killed the squirrel and just ran away. So over the next about 36 hours or so, we were everywhere in our neighborhood. We were knocking on doors, asking people, have you seen this cat? Showing her pictures on the phone, stuff like that. We couldn't find her. I mean, I even bought like a night vision scope thing. So when night came, I could just look in the dark and see if I could locate her. Nothing happened, couldn't find her. About 36 hours later, we heard some scratching, right? Some scratching in the back door. And we went over there, and it was like, okay, that's Kit. So she came back in. She was terrified. She was dirty. She was scared. We caught her. We rounded her up. We had to separate her because the problem is she killed a squirrel, but, obviously we don't know if anything happened to that squirrel like beforehand. Did that squirrel have any kind of diseases, right? So the next day we took her in to get her tested, and she was negative, thankfully. She didn't have any diseases or anything, because if she would have been positive, she would have probably had to have been put down too. Excuse me. But thankfully, that didn't happen. Now, since then, we learned our lesson. So whenever we go out with our cats in a screened-in porch, we never, ever let them go out by themselves. The only exception, though, on occasion is Rosemary, because Rosemary's not going anywhere. So that's a little bit of Kit's backstory. All these cats, of course, have a little bit of a backstory. That's one of her backstories. All right, let me come up here. Also, if anybody is new to this channel, my name is Adam, by the way, aka Catattainment. We do have 9 cats that live with us, or that we live with, I should say. We are a loving cat community. We are also a cat community that helps donate and helps cats in need. So if you're listening to me, if you're hearing my voice, if that's something that you're interested in, or if that's something that you feel like you'd want to be a part of, then let me know in chat. I have channel members open. I have donations either through PayPal or through YouTube Supers. Excuse me, all that fun stuff. So if that's something you'd want to be a part of, you'd want to actually truly help cats in need financially, awesome. If not, that's okay too. You can just hang out with me and hang out with these kitties, and just kind of get to know this community, get to know me also, the best that you can. And we'll go from there. Really, the biggest thing that also could help the community is just telling others about this community. Word of mouth is so awesome and so valuable. Grassroots stuff, I think, is really still the way to go in life in general. Yes, Joe, Max does have a very shiny coat for sure. Also, if anybody has any kitty questions, feel free to post them in chat. If anybody has any questions in general, feel free to put it in chat. I don't shy away from answering any questions that people might have. Elizabeth, I appreciate the $20 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. As you know, that'll go towards that should go towards December's donation, because November is already set. So I appreciate that very much, Elizabeth. I thank you very much. In the world. You've been through it before, Tranquil. Tranquil, what happened? Can you, if you want to elaborate a little bit more with your situation, Tranquil, if you don't mind? I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna give Zelda here. Again, as I was saying earlier, Zelda here is our oldest kitty. Zelda is 19. She's gonna almost be 20. Those of you who may not know, a cat can get diabetes just like a human. Now, not always, but very often, once a kitty does develop diabetes, usually, I don't want to say it's a death sentence, but it's something that significantly can lower the cat's life. The numbers, the stats are not very good. Traditionally, typically, once a cat is diabetic and needs to get insulin shots or pills, they only live to about 3 years after they get the diagnosis. So we are very blessed that Zelda has lived 3 times that, and she is entering her 10th year of living with diabetes. Excuse me. She is well regulated with her diabetes, and she is in the best, the best shape, the best care that we could possibly provide her. Tranquil, your cat Tuxie got out this spring. It took 2 days. Wow, okay. Do you know where he went, Tranquil? I mean, do you have any ideas? I know you're out in the woods, obviously, so, could be anywhere, of course, but I'm glad that Tuxie came back, and I can definitely, empathize, I should say, with that. Elizabeth, yep, once again, thank you very much. All right, I'm going to go I'm not going to crawl under the bed, but I do want to highlight Yoda here. I don't know if my wife is still on, but she is up in Canada, and I think she has a coworker that's with her, and she wants to see Yoda. So let me turn on my flash. Sorry, baby, it's going to get bright. Let me go down to this goofball. Oh, this is Yoda. Sometimes Yoda is quite active in these live streams. Sometimes Yoda is a lazy little bum like he is right now. Hello there, Cole. No reason to be sorry. I hope you're doing well, Cole. And I appreciate you being here now. I hope life has been going well for you. Tranquil, under the shed. Okay. Hi, Kit. Kit. You're ruining my shot. I need my Yoda shot at the moment. Let me see if I can get a toy out. Let me see if Yoda might react a little bit better to a toy. You get some glowy eyeballs there, Yoda. Jake, you have to let your cats out at night, otherwise they will chase each other around all over the house. Well, just be safe with that, Jake. Obviously, as you know, I'm sure. Hey, Time. So we got a little bit of activity here with Yoda. Not a ton. Let me check on the time. Maybe at about 40 minutes. Okay. I only do my lives for about an hour or so, and I do have a bit of a tight ship that I run here somewhat. I like to try to just keep things organized on what I'm doing. We're soon going to go hang out with our 17-year-old Rosemary, who is our deaf kitty, who is definitely a fan favorite. We'll see if she's in the sink tonight. She is a bit of a sink kitty. Hello there, PA. I'm just going to say PA because I don't want to ruin that name. Don't want to mess that name up. But I hope you've been doing well. Glad to see you today. Hope life has been going well for you. Joe, why is Tang not with Yoda? Well, Yoda's not with Tang because I tried to get Yoda to be with Tang, Joe, but he crawled. Hi, Pandora. He crawled under the bed, and I wasn't able to get him in with Tang. Hi, glow in the dark eyeballs. Hi, Pandora. Hi. You know, you're showing off your red eyeballs, aren't you, honey? PA, why are they fluffy? You mean cats? You know, some cats are fluffy. Some cats are more fluffy than others. I'm going to get your eyeball, honey, because your eye's got crap in it. All right, I'll get you later. I'll get you when this is done. I know you like Pandora. All right, Pandora, you win for now. All right. Pandora here is about 13 years old or so. We think she's a Turkish man. PA, which cat do I like? I don't like. I love all of our kitties here. They're all family. You gotta love it. I'm inside, but it says my phone is getting warm. Gotta love that. Jesse, the same thing that causes usually gunk in our eyes. All right, I'm gonna come back from under there. You know, usually when you sleep, you have crust, right, that forms around your, turn the flash off, crust that forms like around your eyes, around the corners of your eyes, the edges of your eyes. So it's the same thing with cats. That's not always the case, but that's usually the case. All right, I'm going to head downstairs. We're going to spend the last about 15 minutes-ish or so with Rosemary. So we're going to say goodbye to all of these nutballs. PA, what year was in Clolic? I'm not sure what that means, PA. Can you clarify that? I am kind of old and kind of dim sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Rosemary. Elizabeth, air purifiers. You know, no, we don't. No, we don't have any air purifiers. PA, what year was in college? I'm sorry, I'm just not understanding what you mean by that, PA. Hey, Rosie. Yes, so those who are new, this is Rosemary. Rosemary is our special needs girl. She is deaf. She has hyperthyroid disease. She normally loves water. Let me see if I can turn the sink on and see if she'll come to it. Sometimes she likes to drink out of the sink, sometimes she doesn't. It just really just depends. Now, even though she's deaf and she can't hear, though, she can still feel like vibrations. So for example, like when we turn our dishwasher on, she always just sits there and just like vibrates her butt, basically. Hi, girl. Eventually, there will be a Rosemary tier just speaking of channel memberships there for a second, I will create a Rosemary tier for sure. Joe, have I tried a little water feature? What do you mean by that, Joe? You mean like a video? Bye, PA. Take care. Hope you have a good night. Hi, honey. Oh, yeah? Is that what you got to say about it all? Joe, I'm still figuring out if merchandise is going to be something people want or not. I know a few people have said yes, and there are a few places that YouTube partnerships with merchandise. But I'm kind of slow walking that, I guess, or just kind of taking my time on that. But yes, Joe, eventually, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe in the beginning of the next year. Yeah, Bruce, there'll be a Pandora tier also, and some other tiers for sure. Joe, you can buy little water feature for indoor for humans, quite cheap. Okay, I will look into that, Joe. I will definitely look into that. Her world, God will continue you and your family taking care of such a beautiful. Oh, sorry, Rosie. I appreciate the compliment there, her. I appreciate that very much. You know, my goal in this life now is just to help as many cats that I can. Cats are definitely my passion, and hopefully make some good friends and some good connections. Those who also want to help those cats. Because I feel like still that cats are very, to this day still, they're very misunderstood creatures. I think there's a lot of myths and a lot of silliness out there still with cats. And, you know, I just want to be another voice, like a Jackson Galaxy kind of thing, that helps demystify and helps shine a light on the cats and what they really are. VIP, have yourself a good night. I appreciate you hanging with me, and you know, we'll see you maybe on Saturday on the next live. Joe, can I still buy a copy of the Rosie poster? Now, Joe, do you mean what's on her door? Do you mean that little like plaque thing that's on there? Is that what you mean? Elizabeth, yes, she does seem to be quite active here tonight. Some nights she's very sleepy, and some nights she's got a little bit more energy. And it looks like tonight she's definitely got a little bit more energy. You want to go in? Oop, sorry, honey. Hi, baby girl. Joe, eventually I can make like a copy of that or something, and I wouldn't charge you anything for it. I would just make a copy and I just mail it out to you. Honey, where are you going? Oh, little Rosemary butt there. Her, besides cats, as part of your family, you actually have a female chicken, or we call it hens. They actually live longer because of the way. Oh, okay. Awesome there, her. Now, hopefully, Rosemary doesn't try to do something stupid and try to like fit in that tiny little crack that's in there. Jesse knows. They've never. Most cats are very kind of skittish when it comes to tinfoil. So, like, if you lay some tinfoil on the ground, and if a cat steps over it, normally they get a little freaked out with it. They just don't like the noise or like the feeling on their pads, their paw pads. However, though, our cats have definitely destroyed paper towels and toilet paper. That's for sure. What's in there? You got gremlins in there. Yeah, she's a little hyper. And actually, speaking of that, somewhat, there might be a bit of a medical thing going on. It's been a little while since we tested her T4 levels with her hyperthyroidism. So she's due to have a thyroid check on her, just to make sure that her T4 levels are kind of within range. Sometimes we'll notice like certain behavior or like her eating patterns. If certain things start to come a little off, then we know that there's probably something going on with her T4 levels and we need to adjust her medication slightly. So it just kind of depends though. Honey, you want this level? Are you on the level, honey? Hi, baby girl. Even though she's deaf, obviously, hi. I still talk to her. I still whistle to her. I act like she's not deaf. Tranquil, you also got a cat. Yes, a shredder. Yep. What? You want to go here? Now, I know I was already doing something that's a little bit controversial with having a cat on a countertop, but now having a cat in a cabinet, that's probably even a little bit more for some folks. They definitely might be an issue with that, but to be honest with you, I mean, I've lived with cats for 35 plus years, and you just clean your home, you clean your stuff, you're never going to have any issues. I know there's a lot of hot button topics on there with cats and counters, but I don't see the big to do. I never have. Hi, baby girl. Rah. You want to sway this box? I know it's a new box. Oh, Joe, I do. Well, Joe, if somebody has a comment, actually, you know what I always try to do with folks, if I feel like I can educate them, I have a conversation with them through comments. I feel like some people just want to argue, but I feel if I give people reason and common sense, that maybe I will persuade them a little bit. I'm always about that. Bruce, thank you for the $2 chat, super chat or super thanks. I don't know all the supers, but I appreciate that, friend. I again appreciate that. Hi, Rosemary. Hello there again, Sierra. I hope you're doing well. Now, I do have a second channel, and I don't mention my second channel much, and I'm not going to mention its name or anything today, but my second channel is very, let's just say it's very different than this channel. It tackles some very important issues when it comes to like cat abuse and cat neglect, especially when it comes to YouTube, because I feel like YouTube puts a lot of stuff out there or lets a lot of stuff go through that shouldn't really be on their platform. I think YouTube is very guilty of not following their own guidelines. Excuse me. And so, for example, some of you might have seen, some of you may not. There are some shorts out there that say, "Oh, kitty, kitty, you've been bad. Now what's going to happen to you? You're going to go up to the microwave." And then they literally are showing them picking up their cat and they're opening up the microwave and then they're putting the cat almost all the way into the microwave and then the short ends. Now, I personally think that that's against YouTube's guidelines because YouTube says that you're not supposed to make any videos that glorify any kind of cat harm or cat mistreatment. And to me, that's exactly what those kind of videos do, in my opinion. Elizabeth, you sub to the other channel? Okay. Well, Elizabeth, I know that other channel is a little bit more difficult to watch, but I feel very passionately about that topic. So, like I said, it's a very, as you know, Elizabeth, seeing maybe like subscribing to it and seeing some of the videos on that channel, very different than this channel, of course. Hello there, Ella, again. Hope you're doing well. Ella, no worries, no worries. There is no arriving late here. Joe, I don't think YouTube is wicked, but I think YouTube sometimes gets blinded by just revenue because unfortunately, the better a video does, the more views that it gets. Obviously, YouTube gets a more share of that profit. And I think sometimes they kind of lose their way and they're profiting off of pain and they're profiting off of, to me, like potential mistreatment. Because my thing with that thing that I was just talking about, hello there, Alex, is it Alexandria? Alexandria? I'm sorry if I'm screwing up your name. I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a good night. What I was making with that point with the person with the microwave, like putting your cat in the microwave, is obviously I think any reasonable, sane human being would understand that it's a joke. I get it. But kids, they may not necessarily know the difference between reality and fantasy. And unfortunately, I think adults, somehow adults are nowadays, they don't sometimes know the difference anymore between fantasy and reality either. Alex, okay. Well, hi, Alex. Um, Elizabeth, you get very angry when you see any kind of abuse to animals. Yeah, Elizabeth, I think eventually I might kind of expand that channel beyond cats, but right now, obviously, that is the main focus. But I think eventually, if I get a big enough, I guess, passion for it, then I might do other things with it. Joe, how though? See, all you can do on YouTube is all you can do is just you can report it, right? You can flag it for YouTube that hey, it's X, Y, or Z. But the problem, it seems like YouTube is either very slow to actually do anything when videos are reported, or it seems very often and very frustratingly that enough people report, but nothing ever happens. The channel is always there, and that's just so annoying to me. Hello there, RRR. Is that Chinese or Japanese, perhaps? So it's just very frustrating, but still, just because something is frustrating, it doesn't mean you don't continue to fight for a good cause and for, what's right. Ella, any new cat toys? There probably are, Ella. Like this little thing here is a new cat toy. I gotta follow Rosemary because she might be naughty. Now, sometimes Rosemary has a naughty habit of pooping outside of the litter boxes. So, Rosemary, if you're gonna go to the bathroom, let's go to the bathroom in the litter box, honey. And yes, I am watching you, and everybody else is watching you also. Bruce, I do appreciate that. I will eventually, Bruce, start. I'll give Rosemary a little bit of quiet time here. I'll start finding some stuff myself there, Bruce, but I obviously completely appreciate that. Hello there, Stephanie Smith. How you doing today? And yes, you are staring at a litter box right now, so I'm going to kind of get it off of that litter box a little bit, the open one. Rosemary, does she have arthritis? Rosemary, she probably does have a touch of arthritis. I mean, she is like 17, 18 years old, so it would not surprise me in the least that she has a little bit of arthritis. You could also see sometimes when she walks or when she runs, she's got like a little bit of a limp. A few months ago or so, she jumped off of the countertop and she landed awkwardly. And she injured her shoulder a little bit, and we kept her in her room for a few days, gave her some like pain medication, some not antibiotics, some pain medication, and it seemed like she was better. But every so often it flares up a little bit. But anyways, I do always like to honor my time. I always like to say I like to go for an hour. If anybody has enjoyed this live or thinking about maybe either A, subscribing to the channel, please make sure that you're subscribing for the right reasons. And what I mean by that is I want people to subscribe to the channel that absolutely have a passion for cats, that want to be part of a community that wants to advocate for cats and wants to do what right for cats, and to, if a person can, obviously to help donate to help cats in need. That is the primary purpose of this channel. But anyways, let me see, what else am I saying here? I think that's about it. There are a lot of new people on the channel. I always try to say hello and goodbye to everybody, but I'm definitely going to shout out Elizabeth with her super, Jake, I don't know if you're in here still anymore, and then Bruce with your super also. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Excuse me. So Icon, Rosemary, Zach, Raymond, Stephanie, RRR, Ella, I hope you have good. Let me know, Ella, how you're adopting with that new kitty, that 15-year-old kitty. Let me know in a comment if you don't mind there, Ella, about that. Joe, Rosemary, Alex, if you're still hanging with me, Icon, Elizabeth, and whoever I might have missed. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night. God bless. Take care. Remember, if you ever want to adopt a cat, always think about adopting a senior cat first if you can, because it's very difficult for senior cats to get adopted. People just neglect them usually, and they just kind of tend to rot away, I hate to say, but that is what happens typically. Also, always advocate for your cats, for sure. And remember that you are their voice. So speak up for them because they cannot. Always do what's best for them and not for you. On that note, I wish you all a good night. God bless. Take care. And we'll see Rosemary on our next live stream. All right. Take care, all. Bye-bye. Bye, Rosie. Bye, honeys.